not trying to drive a wedge between you. But in the interest of transparency, I have an obligation to expose her wicked deeds. She's constantly provoking me with riddles even a slime could solve. Or pestering me to debate her on one childish topic or the next, only to lose to me every time. Then, in a fit of rage, she revealed her wicked nature and declared she had kidnapped Daycart, and that if I wanted him back, I had to come to Mondstadt to search for clues. Can you believe that? Evil at its most despicable. Just imagine, you crushed her in a game of Genius Invocation TCG, and she kidnapped Paimon to get even. You become a witch hunter too. At first I wondered, why Mondstadt? Why not lure me somewhere more dangerous? Then I realized, it's psychological warfare. The more dangerous the hunting ground, the sharper the hunter's instincts become. But Mondstadt is a land of lazy drunkards and romanticized poetry. She's hoping this so-called atmosphere of freedom turns me into a useless wreck who does nothing but drink afternoon tea and groom cats. Ever since reuniting with Daycart, I've realized there were some well-intentioned lies behind the whole thing. But just because her intentions were good, that doesn't change the evil of the act itself. Besides, didn't you notice how much she enjoyed seeing me suffer? Every time I got flustered or exasperated, she laughed like it was the funniest thing in the world! That alone is proof that she's wicked through and through. So no, I won't forgive her. Ever. I'll admit, at first I only approached her to get information. After all, as Alice's daughter, she must know a lot of her secrets, right? Just didn't expect her to be so open and trusting. Inviting me to play, giving me that gift. When I looked into her eyes, sparkling with such innocent anticipation, I couldn't help but feel a little... Never mind! One gift isn't going to put me off the hunt. I just feel like playing together from time to time doesn't do any harm either, so why not? At her age, sleeping where you can, when you can, isn't a bad move. Just look at all those adults drowning in work or anxieties. Most of them have to use alcohol or alchemical potions just to get in a few winks. It won't be long before she has things keeping her up at night, though. I say, let her sleep while she still can. Yaoyao's really good with her hands. She's helped me tie my hair ribbon quite a few times now. She always does such a good job. Way better than I could. The bow is so perfect, I can't even bring myself to untie it when I go to bed. But somehow, it's always so messy the next morning. Oh, I bought her a bunch of dongo milk because she said she liked it so much at the Little Witch's tea party. I bought way too much for one person. Well, it was buy one, get one free. Besides, I thought it'd be nice to bring some back to Mondstadt. You know, for a... KLEE. Yeah, for KLEE. I, of course, prefer tea, straight with no sugar. Yeah, I gotta ask, how did Paimon get into the academia? Is the entrance exam hard? Do you think she'd share her study materials with me? Wait, what? She even gets one-on-one tutoring from a renowned instructor? I want that! I have something to tell you, but you have to promise not to tell anyone, okay? I'm starting to suspect Mr. Albedo isn't actually human. I mean, think about it. Could a human that perfect even exist? After learning about my plan, he said I should upgrade Daycart to a heavy cavalry unit and issued me a special riding license right then and there. But before I even had time to read the fine print, Acting Grandmaster Jean confiscated it, citing illegal issuance. Apparently, underage driving is reckless or something. One time I confused her with Witch Bee and might have harassed her a bit. But it's all Alice's fault! She told me Witch Bee's name was Magistus. Of course she left out the Triss part on purpose to mess with me. Besides, Besides, you can't tell me Mona's big pointy hat doesn't make her look exactly like a witch. She accepted my apology, though, so it's all water under the bridge. Another lady with a pointy hat, and another potential target. She's even known as the Witch of Purple Rose. But the more obvious things seem, the more imperative it is to proceed with caution. Still, every time she calls me Little Prune with that carefree tone and teasing smile, my hunter instincts go wild! Even if she's not a real witch, I think twice before getting on her bad side. Others may think she indulges in fantasy, but I happen to believe she's one of the few people in Mondstadt who sees things clearly. Her rhetorical flourishes are merely a weapon she uses to confront this cruel world. Do I understand what she's saying? Of course not! But that doesn't stop me from holding her in high regard. I studied the ins and outs of engineering with her at her craft shop for 3 days. Starting all the way from the very basics like screw tightening. She even helped me come up with a new design for that patronizingly kitty hammer and bell I won from Alice. A more industrial, heavy metal look, boosting their visual intimidation factor by a full 30%. Before arriving in Mondstadt, I traveled with her cargo caravan through several nations. She does offer a dedicated passenger escort service that's faster and more comfortable. But the fees are downright exorbitant. Merchants, am I right? Strange thing is, when the caravan got attacked, you'd think she put profit above all else and prioritized the cargo. But instead, the caravan leader shouted, "Protect the kid! That's a direct order from the boss! She gets a single scratch and the whole team's pay is getting docked!" It's not like she owed me much. I mean, all I paid was a minuscule transportation fee. It just doesn't make sense. Unless she really does value something else above Mora. Hello, Prune the Witch Hunter at your service. My enemy? Oh, someone who takes pleasure in teasing children and uses other people's imaginary friends to ensnare them in her schemes. Someone who's a complete show-off, way too dramatic, and obsessed with wearing a hollowed-out hat. I'm referring, of course, to the wickedest witch of them all. Any relevant intel on her whereabouts is more than welcome. Oh, just you wait, Alice. You can hide as long as you want, but I'll find you sooner or later. Be careful of people who go about life with a smirk on their face, acting like everything is oh so interesting. They're usually supervillains who are just out to create chaos. Did you know you can't breathe while swallowing? Don't believe me? You'll just have to try it then. Alas, on the journey of life, the sun cannot always shine. Just like the script of a play, there's bound to be a few pages stained with tears. Shaking is a normal physiological response to sudden noises. It has nothing to do with being afraid. I'm not cold. I don't need a coat. Sunshine doesn't cost a thing. Yet how many people can claim to truly appreciate its warmth? To use that burn with fiery passion, nights that bite with a ruthless chill. That is the desert. My willpower is locked in a heated debate with my bed. And I'm not gonna lose. Come on, gotta get up. While it's good to focus on the present, it's also important to think ahead. That's why lunch is the perfect time to think about what to have for dinner. Mondstadt's pretty lively this late. Back in Nodcry, my parents never let me go out at night because it was too dangerous. So I was always holed up in my room, reading instead. Should we go adventuring together tomorrow? Or separately, whatever works. Well, good night. Every time I tell people I'm a witch hunter, they always treat me like some kid, going through a rebellious phase and spewing childish nonsense. Hold on. What's with that look? Adults have no patience. Ask them a question and it's always, "That's not something a kid needs to know," or "You'll understand when you're older." Whatever. Books don't lie. The information is there for all to see, and the person reading them gets to come to their own conclusions. Safe to say I prefer getting my own answers. Come to think of it, you got to not cry not long after I left Nasha Town. Bad timing, I suppose, but perhaps it was for the best. You were caught up in such a whirlwind back then, working with all those famous and important people. I never would have fit in. What I mean is, I don't like crowds, so we actually met at the perfect time. I know I never brought it up, but I'm really glad we met. You always listen to me and answer my questions. Oh, and you don't treat me like a kid. Of course, I know you're friends with the witches, but I don't buy into that whole the friend of my enemy is my enemy stuff. It's so old-fashioned. As long as we're sincere, we can still be friends even if we believe in different things. Right? All the most powerful people I've met had a vision. Now I have one too, so... yes, I'm one of them. But even without one, you wield elemental power like it's second nature. That must make you the most powerful out of all of us. Every rule has an exception, I suppose. Did you know the flagship offers special cocktails? There's a whole roulette aspect to it, so it's a real gamble and a total thrill. How's the taste? Well, I wouldn't know. Every time I stand on my tiptoes and slam Mora onto the counter, the bartender just points to the door and says, "This place isn't for kids. Go to Esperanza if you want a hot dog." Talk about age discrimination! I bet you didn't know there's a huge elevator at Yilong Port. Wharf? Yeah, of course. Yilong Wharf. I knew that. Oh, and if you go to Sumeru, you have to check out the cute little creatures that live in the forest. The local kids call them Raranara. Uh-huh. Well, duh. Obviously, I know they're called Aranara. Anyway, what about Snezhnaya? Have you been? Well, I have. I even took a bunch of pictures. I suppose I'll have to show you around. Let me guess. You want to know where I live, who and where my parents are. I am all alone, so far from home. Whether I miss it. Every adult I meet asks the same slew of questions. Here we go again, I guess. Huh? That's not what you wanted to ask? Then I'm gonna need a minute. Daycart is my imaginary friend. He appeared when I was about 4 or 5. My parents were busy with work back then and didn't have much time for me. So, one day I started to imagine there was a super intelligent dog by my side who could talk and discuss questions with me. And then, there he was. Even though nobody can see him but me, he's always there. If there's one friend I can count on in this world, it's him. Imaginary isn't the same thing as fake. For me, Daycart's existence is as tangible and real as can be. The two of us abandoned speech as a mode of communication a long time ago. It's far too inefficient. Daycart can point out a flaw in one of my logical deductions with just a glance or a deep breath. Our exchanges operate at the level of the soul, and that requires a degree of tacit understanding few can hope to match. So, who cares if I have no other friends? Daycart is all I need. Oh, right, I'll admit it. The little HEXENZIRKEL has changed me. I guess this is what it feels like to be needed and cared for. Back in Not Cry, I always felt like I was on the outside looking in. But as a member of the Zirkel, I feel indispensable. It's a nice change of pace. Really nice, actually. If anyone tries to threaten this organization, they'll have to go through me. Happy now? You got me to pour out my heart. Just don't tell anyone, especially KLEE and the others. Once the little HEXENZIRKEL grows stronger, we're going to rewrite the rules of the witching world. No more teasing people about their imaginary friends. No more pranking people in the name of trials. No more playing mind games with kids. We're gonna establish a new order. One of justice, kindness, and friendship. Alice and her generation of witches do nothing but answer to their own whims. It's time for the younger generation to take over. Something funny to you? Just wait until we become the strongest organization in Tefat, and then we'll see who's laughing! Even though my copy of the Spontanod Guide to Elemental Power is 80 years out of date, its foundational theories remain sound. I went through and annotated it, correcting some of the outdated viewpoints while incorporating my own tactical deductions. And Alice gave it to me on a whim. But she never guessed I would use it against her one day. Oh, this piece of hair is sticking up again. I battle it every morning, but no matter how much I press it down, it springs right back up. It's like it's taunting me. Barbecue-flavored sugar sculptures, sour smoked fish steak, tofu-flavored hash browns. Oh, the more unconventional the combination, the more it draws me in. Even if it sounds a bit off, all it takes is one bite, and you'll be hooked. The hot dogs from Speranza. Not because of the flavor, of course. It's a matter of personal pride. I mean, the smell is kind of enticing. But that doesn't matter! I hate them! I always thought the pictures in the Encyclopedia of Food used a bunch of tricks to make them look perfect. Never knew a dish could actually turn out like that in real life. Certainly not bad, but there's room for improvement. All right, fess up! Were you cursed by that witch? Happy birthday! No need to look so surprised. Not like it's hard to fish a date out of people. There is a crucial piece of information I didn't manage to uncover, though. Your birthday wish. Huh? Saying it out loud means it won't come true? I disagree. That just makes it harder for people like me to help make it a reality. So, come on. No use beating around the bush. What do you want? You might think there's not much I can do, but I've saved up quite a bit of allowance. Besides, you're always saying how smart I am, so I'm sure it's something I can help with. Unless it's something like buying a house in the center of Mondstadt with no mortgage. But you wouldn't wish for something that unreasonable. Right? My elemental reactions seem more stable now. Looks like I'm getting to see a theory in action. This wasn't in any of the books. But I'll be sure to remember it. Maybe keeping a clear head doesn't mean eliminating imaginary after all. I guess I can hold on to both. I still don't believe in made-up fairy tales, and I don't have much faith in this world. But I do believe in you, so I hope you believe in me too. Even if you think I'm still just a kid. At the very least, I'm a big kid. Someone strong enough to rely on.